Сейчас предоставляю слово представителю Австрии.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, Excellencies, colleagues, the latest developments in the Middle East give rise to a long-awaited sense of hope. Hope that many had already lost. Hope for the hostages and their families, that some of their wounds will heal someday after being held under inhumane and intolerable conditions by Hamas. Hope for the civilians in Gaza enduring unbearable suffering, many of them displaced multiple times and their livelihoods destroyed. And hope for all people in the Middle East that a different region and a different logic is possible. A region in which Israelis and Palestinians alike can live in two democratic states in peace, safety, prosperity, dignity, and the full enjoyment of their human rights. Austria therefore commends the leadership of the United States, as well as the contributions by Egypt, Qatar, Turkey, and others to end this horrible war and bring the hostages home. Austria stands ready to do its part for the implementation of the agreement and to forge a way forward towards peace. Let me highlight 3 points for the way forward. First, the deal must be implemented swiftly and fully. We express our sincere hope and expectation that all parties uphold their commitments in good faith and without delay. Life-saving humanitarian aid must reach every person in need in Gaza immediately and at scale. We welcome the efforts by the United Nations to deliver humanitarian aid as quickly as possible. The UN must be able to carry out their work without restrictions and impediments. Hamas must do everything to return the remains of all deceased hostages without any delay. Austria supports the envisioned stabilization mission for Gaza. The Security Council has an essential role to play and should provide the legal and political framework necessary to make this mission credible and effective. Second, Gaza needs our support in the medium term. The reconstruction will require massive and concerted efforts from many partners. Austria stands ready to contribute to these efforts, together with our European partners, partners from the region and beyond. But let me also be clear, Hamas has no place in Gaza's future governance. It must disarm and relinquish control once and for all. Austria, also via the European Union, will continue to support the Palestinian Authority to help address its most pressing needs, but also to build institutional capacities and implement its necessary reform agenda for the PA to take over the governance of Gaza in the medium term. A reformed and strong Palestinian Authority is also in the interest of Israel. UNRWA will continue to be a stabilizing factor in the region, not least through the delivery of educational and health services until a comprehensive political arrangement has been reached. Austria will continue to support UNRWA during this period and calls on the agency at the same time to continue on its path for reforms in line with the recommendations of the Colonna report. And finally, on the long-term perspective for a two-stage solution, the only sustainable objective is a negotiated two-state solution in which two independent states, Israel and Palestine, live side by side in peace and security. The New York Declaration, drafted by France and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and endorsed by the General Assembly by over 140 votes, including Austria, provides an important framework for this long-term vision. Austria supports the Palestinian people's right to self-determination and the establishment of a democratic, viable, and contiguous Palestinian state, with Gaza as an integral part of this state. Unilateral actions that undermine this perspective, including the continued expansion of settlements in the West Bank, are violations of international law and must stop. Excellencies, Mr. President, Austria's commitment to peace, international law, and human dignity is unwavering. The international community has a duty to enable, to support, and to hold all sides accountable. You can count on Austria to continue standing on the side of peace, justice, and humanity. I thank you.
Я благодарю представителя Австрии за его выступление. И сейчас предоставляю слово представителю Исламской Республики Иран.
In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful, Mr. President, since this is the first time I will take the floor this month, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to the Russian Federation for assuming the presidency of Security Council this month and commend you. Mr. President,